I'm about 90% sure that I'm right about Retribution being Evolve. I'm almost 90% sure. Okay, so Retribution did their first promo on Raw, and I poked out what I thought were the most important parts. Basically, the important theme was contempt, being locusts or locusts type, and they have a beef, obviously, with the WWE. So in the promo, it was a discussion. For starters, they were in a dark room, which of course they have to be in the dark. It was five of them, so I guess they decided on the five. One of them was big. There were two, three, four smaller guys, and there seemed to be one woman. Might have been two women. I'm not sure. Might have been two women, three men. Might be four men, one woman. I'm not entirely sure what the ratio is from just looking at their eyes. So they did the promo in distorted voices that were so obviously dubbed that it was like a Kai promo. It was that bad as far as how the promo was delivered, and the voices were shit. It sounded like Braun Strowman speaking through a voice distorted thing, and seemed to be coming out of the voice of one of the women. I was like, what in the hell is going on? But the promo, I was more focused on the content, on what they were actually saying. So they said that WWE, well, they said that the performance, not the Performance Center, but the Thunderdome is a facade, and that underneath it, it's still the same WWE that discarded them and, made them, and it bred contempt within them. And now they want to be like locusts. And when you think about locusts, you think biblical. So biblical, you think pestilence. You think, maybe sometimes you may say four horsemen of the apocalypse, but it's five of them. So you won't go that route with it. So you would have to look at Bible verses that have to do with pestilence, locusts, and retribution. And there's a lot of Bible verses about that. And we'll be here all day trying to go through what Bible verse they might be drawing the inspiration from. But I'm almost certain that it's Evolve, because when WWE hired Evolve, when they bought Evolve, they fired all the talent. All the talent had nowhere to go. But then they started hiring some of these people back. Josh Briggs, who is a big dude, he got hired back. You could always slide in one of the women, one or two of the women. You had Anthony Green, who was another one who got hired. Leon Ruff is another one who got hired. There was a list. Matter of fact, I should go look up that list. Let me be studious for a moment. I'll be right back. So it was Brandy Lauren, Anthony Green, Leon Rush, Kurt Stallion, and Josh Briggs. Exactly five. Exactly five, right? Again, Brandy Lauren, Josh Briggs, Anthony Green, Leon Ruff, and Kurt Stallion. And I think it might have been another girl, but I can't remember her name. But if I'm correct, they hired exactly five Evolve talent since they've been released. And Josh Briggs is big. So maybe people who think the one everybody thinks is Dijakovic is probably Josh Briggs. The woman that everybody thinks is either Mia Yim or Caden Carter is probably going to end up being Brandy Lauren. And then you're probably going to have Leon. One of them is a small black dude. But then one of the ninjas is also a small black dude. So it's probably, that might be, I don't know if they're probably doing things where the people that they've been showing aren't the people they're actually going to use. But I know that Kurt Stallion, last time I saw him, he was he was built like Gumby. I'm talking skinny arms, skinny legs, not really imposing at all. But I think that's who it is. I think that's Retribution. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is my very educated guess that Retribution is going to end up being the five Evolved talent that they fired and that they are bringing in now. Now, why would they have them skip the NXT system? It might would have made more sense and been more fun if they were actually trying to get Retribution on NXT. Back to what I said about WWE Evolve. You should watch that video, by the way. It's a pretty good video. But I think that Retribution is going to just end up being Evolve. And I think maybe introducing him on the main roster was kind of a way of just injecting fresh blood and new energy into the Raw roster. So that's what I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with WWE hired 5 or 6 Evolve talents. Those are going to be the talent they're going to use for the main roster. That's Retribution, because when you look at the promo says that they have contempt because they've been discarded by WWE, and the only people who have been discarded maybe was the people who got fired earlier this year. But of the people who got fired earlier this year, I don't know who that could be. You know, if that was the case, I would definitely be it. Then one of them would probably be MJ Jenkins then, and then another one, it might be like the guy who went to AEW and came back because Chris Jericho said he was a stooge. What was his name? Sabatelli, I think it was. So maybe them. Cause I think Sabatelli actually made a WWE debut so far, but I don't think it would be as fun if it were those guys. You know, if it was people who have been fired already. I think it has to be new faces, fresh faces, and then it would be cooler. So I'm just gonna stick with it's Evolve. That's what I'm gonna stick with. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. Like this video, share and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later.